Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Saturday and welcome back, or welcome if you're new, to another weekly home fragrance roundup. I hope you all had a great first week of the new year. The weekly home fragrance roundup will be continuing in 2025. So if you're new around here, this video goes up every Saturday and it's just an opportunity for me to talk about all of the home fragrance I was using around the house over the course of the past week. So what I was burning, what I was melting, what I was crocking, what I was lamping, what I was using in my Pura devices. So yeah, we're just talking about fun, smelly things basically. So if you're into that kind of stuff and you're new, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button before you check out of today's video. We have a lot to discuss from this past week. If you are interested in purchasing any of the items that I am mentioning in this video, I always link the companies where I get these items from in the description box down below. There are some discount codes down there. There is information for weekend candle sales with the companies that I tend to frequent the most. There's some links down there to some videos that I have filmed that might be useful. If you're new to the world of home fragrance, maybe you don't know what a candle crock or a candle lamp is, maybe you don't know how to use those candle accessories, there's a video all about that. I will also list some really great suggestions for crocks and lamps in the description box as well. There's just a ton of information down there, so feel free to check that out if you are so inclined. And if you're newer around here and you have your earbuds in, you might be hearing some snoring. Let me introduce you to the reason why that is the case. This is Alf. He is my trusty little pug, and he is just a big potato loaf, and he basically just loves to sit in my lap when I'm filming. He likes to take his naps during those times. So he's cute, I let him, and we just go with the flow. So feel free to enjoy that free pug ASMR. That's a freebie here on my channel. So anyway, you guys, boy, the new year, it came here in like record time. So before we get into everything from this past week, let's go ahead and take a quick tour around the downstairs and upstairs of the house. Let's see what I'm currently burning. Let's see what I'm using underneath my lamps and in my crocks, and just kind of see what the house is smelling like at this very moment. So we'll come back here and we'll discuss everything else from the week when we return. Here in the entryway, I am currently burning cinnamon French toast from HomeWorx. This is definitely my least favorite, I guess you could call it picture packaging from HomeWorx. I hate these white band labels that they use. I just think it detracts from these really amazing images that HomeWorx normally puts on their labels. Like, HomeWorx comes up with some great labels, and when they use this format of having like the white, line going across the bottom, that thick white line with the name of the candle, I don't know. I just don't think it's very elevated looking. But for what it's worth, the fragrance itself is top notch, just so delicious, so yummy. 10 out of 10 would recommend trying if you ever come across it. It is really delicious. It really legitimately smells like French toast. You can smell that nice, warm, sweet bread note. You smell that maple syrup. It just is such an authentic fragrance. Yeah. I actually have another cinnamon French toast in a hobnail format that looks so much prettier, that is currently sitting on my coffee table in the formal living room where I actually filmed this video. And that one just looks so much better. Just because of that gorgeous hobnail design. And then you've got this one here with a really pretty delicious, French toast image at the top, but then they cut it off with that white band. I don't know. Anyway, for what it's worth, I love the fragrance. Let's move on. We are now in the family room where I'm currently burning HomeWorx Snow Angels. This is kind of an interesting, fruity, slightly tangy type of fragrance. It doesn't remind me of the holidays at all. And despite it being kind of a fruity scent, it doesn't remind me of the spring or summer either. It's kind of an odd one. It's a really odd fragrance, but I do enjoy it. So I'll usually burn at least one a year. Because it doesn't remind me of any other season, it just makes it a great option for the month of January here. So definitely enjoying this one. And I will say the strength and throw of this one, it was poured this year, is it's quite good. So this is just my second burn, so I'm obviously kind of near the beginning here, but it's performing really incredibly well for me. So anyway, if you're in the market for something that is really kind of interesting in terms of a fragrance that maybe won't remind you of Christmas, but maybe also won't remind you of spring and summer quite yet either, I think this is a good option. So check it out if you're interested. Welcome to my kitchen island. I am currently burning HomeWorx spun vanilla sugar in that big Chester Hurricane there to the left. This particular 5-wick candle from HomeWorx I have had in my possession for probably a couple years. Honestly, I just need to finish the dang candle. I don't know why it's taking me so long. I really enjoy the fragrance, but at any rate, I've decided that the month of January will be dedicated to finally finishing this 5-wick candle from HomeWorx. It's a very intense, sweet fragrance. It's not one that I can really have lit for more than like 3 hours at a time because it can get a little bit cloying to my nose. But that being said, it is still a lovely, delicious gourmand. So also, while we're here, I did pull out a couple of candles to begin burning this weekend. This one here is my second to last Henry Bendel Vanilla Bean. You guys, look at the oils. Do you see how much oils are kind of showing through at the top here? Look at that glisten. Isn't that wild? Oh, it's kind of hard to tell, but I feel like you can tell by that glisten there. No, this is not the lid that came with it. This happens to be a lid from a glasshouse candle that actually fits quite well on their Henry Bendel, so I just pop it on there. But yeah, anyway, love this. Super sad that I only have one more left, but you know what? I'm gonna enjoy the heck out of these last two candles. And after that, I will find a replacement and it'll be fine. There's lots of other great vanilla candles out there. Also, this bad boy right here, let's talk about it. So this was a Bath & Body Works. This was from 2014. Like, let's go way back in time here. This is the Crimson Velvet from the, was this the Opulence and Intrigue? Opulence and Elegance. What was the name of that collection? A big fat gold star for you if you can remember the name of this collection, where we had this gorgeous 3-wick jar that was released, obviously very different from the usual format. This was only $34.50. Could you imagine what Bath & Body Works would charge for this in 2025? Probably at least $55. Outrageous. Anyway, came with this really nice metal lid. This is the very last one that I have. I burned my second to last one last January and was saving this one for this January. So let's do it. Let's light it up. Let's enjoy it. Great fragrance. That is a mix of sandalwood, vanilla, and, sorry, wait for it. Sandalwood, vanilla, and velvety, milky accents. It actually smells very perfumey. It is a lovely scent. And if you remember that one, leave a comment down below. All right, let's move on. Let's chat really quickly about what I have in both of my Pura devices. So I have one here in the entryway, and then if you, hold please, if you look in the kitchen, do you see that light? Where's my finger? Right there on the kitchen island. That is the second Pura device. So anyway, I thought I would tell you guys really quickly what I have going on in both of these. I think that probably after this next week, all of the vials are going to need to be changed. And I don't actually have replacement vials yet. So I need to go grab something at some point. But in here in the entryway, I have Nest Holiday and Nest Birchwood Pine. And then in the kitchen, I have Nest Holiday and LAFCO Spiced Orange Pomander. All 4 of these vials have been performing incredibly well. I love this Pura system, you guys. I did review it in 2024. If you've ever been interested in it, it works incredibly well. If you are tired of fussing with the wallflowers from Bath & Body Works, try Pura. I know it's more expensive, but the fragrance output and the actual consistent fragrance output and the options in terms of being able to schedule, you know, when you want to actually smell these fragrances, to be able to turn the whole system off, even if you're not at home. Like, it's just really nice to have all of those features. So anyway, if you're interested in Pura, I think it's totally worth checking out. I do want to try their newest Pura system, which is supposed to actually be better for like larger, more open concept spaces, which is actually what I have in this house here. So I'm definitely thinking of testing that out here in 2025. So I'll let you guys know when it's time to review that device, and we'll talk about it then. But in terms of these like Pura 4 wall plugins, they're fabulous. Cannot recommend them enough. Sorry, it's super dark in here. I apparently like to live like a vampire. Not a big fan of overhead lighting. Anyway, I'm actually not currently using anything underneath either of my lamps. So I just wanted to show you my sad, empty lamp that lives next to my desk in my office here. So I might try to find something to put underneath my lamps this next week. So yeah, I got to do a little inventory situation here. So I might be able to pull some things out that I am definitely willing to pop underneath my lamps and melt and enjoy that way. So, all right, let's move on to the family room. All right, we are currently in my laundry room where I keep one of my candle crocks. Sorry, I am doing laundry, so ignore that. I currently am warming Bath & Body Works spiced cinnamon spiced vanilla, some combination of those words. It's delicious. Honestly, I'm a little miffed because I was hoping to be able to burn this one the whole way down. I love the fragrance, but it had the thick tree stump, these rope-like wicks that almost always dead out on me. They are super, super frustrating. But it just is what it is with these darn wicks. I've just come to accept that for the most part, I think I'm going to basically have to crock most of these candles once they reach the halfway point. So not a huge fan of that, but I am still enjoying the fragrance output that I get. So it's fine. Yes, I could take the candle back and complain and get it replaced or get a refund, but I don't know. At the rate that I'm having to do this with my Bath & Body Works candles, I feel like I would be returning so much, and I don't want to get flagged in their system. So I would just rather utilize these candles in my Crocs and at least enjoy the fragrance output if I cannot enjoy fragrance output alongside the beautiful ambiance of the flame. So anyway, let's head upstairs and see what's going on up there. We are now in the master bedroom where I keep another one of my candle Crocs. This is one of the Crocs actually that is linked down below. It's the ivory option. Anyway, in here I have Nest Spiced Orange and Clove, which I recently purchased several of those from Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack may still have these candles in stock. If they are available, I will have them linked down below. Spiced Orange and Clove was actually discontinued by Nest a couple years ago. And I was really surprised to see it pop up at Nordstrom Rack. I'm not sure why it's ending up there. It is still a discontinued fragrance, and it wasn't in the usual like holiday format of jars. So typically, if you are familiar with the Nest holiday fragrances, which is what Spiced Orange and Clove was, they have more festive, typically like a gold type of design. like a harlequin or some fun like shape or design that is on embossed onto the glass. But this is just their regular striped format, right? So again, I don't know if this was some special collab with Nordstrom Rack. I have no idea. The outside box was the same, but the inside candle jar was different. So if you know what that's all about, do enlighten me. But I was really thankful to find these at Nordstrom Rack because it is an amazing orange pomander fragrance. It's a little bit more orange forward, like my vintage pomander collab candle with Kringle. But I will say this particular pomander fragrance does have a healthier dose of clove than my collab candle does. So I like clove, but I'm a little picky about it. This is still an acceptable amount of clove, but I do wish there was maybe a little more emphasis on the citrus. All that being said, still a great fragrance. Obviously great enough for me to purchase like 5 backups of it. So listen, if you want it and it's still available, I would say get it. It is going to say that it is a 6.2 ounce size on the website. Just know it's the regular 8 ounce size. I don't know why that is written that way on the website. I actually called Nordstrom Rack because they did say all sales final, and I was like, what is a 6.2 ounce size? Like, that doesn't exist with Nest. So I did call them, and the lady on the phone was like, yeah, I don't know why we put that on the website. It's an 8.1 ounce candle. So anyway, for what it's worth, it's delicious. It was burning just fine, but I needed something to pop into this candle crock here upstairs. It's been going pretty much, I would say, I think I put it up here on December 26th, and it's still going strong, and I'm just gonna let it go until I can no longer smell any of the oils. So smells really fresh, citrusy, a little bit of spice. Just smells really good in here. Even Craig was like, it smells good in our bedroom. So if Craig says it smells good, then it smells good. Anyway, guys, let's head back downstairs and see what else I was burning and melting this week. Hope you guys enjoyed that little tour of what's currently burning and melting around the house right now. It still smells very warm, very cozy, very inviting in here. Still has very much that holiday vibe to the fragrances that I'm currently utilizing. Essentially, I'm just trying to kind of use up a lot of the things that I had going on during Christmas time. I'm not someone who likes to continue to burn holiday scents once I take down my holiday decor. It's just a little, it's kind of a bummer to me when Christmas is over. I am someone who, I love Christmas. It really truly is my favorite time of the year. And I love the energy. I love the happy vibe. I just like how much happier people are during the holidays. And that just honestly all seems to go away come January. And I don't know, I don't like that feeling at all. And then it's just this confusion of like, what do I burn? So basically, I'm just trying to finish up a lot of this holiday stuff right now. And then I'm gonna transition into kind of my usuals, which tend to be more perfumey scents, vanillas. Sometimes I'll kind of stick with the more generic gourmands that usually tend to be good this time of year. So anyway, but in the meantime, still trying to finish up some of this holiday stuff. So let's talk about what I actually finished this past week. Finished up a lot of candles. The first one I'm gonna start with here is a Kringle in this mercury glass jar format that they actually did not bring back this past holiday season here. I wish they would have. My hope, my fingers are crossed that maybe this coming holiday season 2025, we see this mercury glass design again. It's such a pretty finish, and I would love to see this on their new HomeWorx. I think that would be absolutely stunning. But anyway, this was Christmas Stroll. I actually started this one the week of Christmas, and I burned it to the ground, you guys. I did not even put this into a candle crock. It burned flawlessly from start to finish. Such a great, fresh holiday tree scent. This will always be a repurchase for me from Kringle. It's an absolute stunner of a fragrance, and put it on your list for next holiday season. Unless you are still burning these holiday tree scents in January, Kringle was having a really, really good sale for after Christmas and kind of like into the new year. Hopefully that's still happening right now. I didn't think to check before getting on camera here, but I bet that the after Christmas sale is still happening, and you can purchase Christmas stroll, not in this design, but just in their regular, you know, with the pretty picture on the front of the wreath on the red front door. You can purchase that at a pretty good discount right now. So I don't know, if you're stocking up for next Christmas, now's a good time to do it with Kringle. Great prices, really great prices. All right, also I just finished it this morning. This is Sweet Cranberry Pie by Bath and Body Works. There's still a little bit of wax left in the bottom, but the wick clips did their job and extinguished the flames once the wax, you know, reached the end of the wick clips there. So this Sweet Cranberry Pie was one that I had left over from, I think I bought this in 2020, if I am reading this here on the bottom correctly, these numbers. I think I got this in 2020. Really intense, man. This, like, it was so intense that I actually only had this one lit usually for a couple hours at a time. Otherwise it got to be kind of headache inducing. It was that strong. I don't think this was quite that strong when I first bought it, but it's been sitting obviously for a few years here. And I think with this fragrance being allowed to marinate, if you will, I think that somehow helped to increase the strength of it, because I don't remember my initial ones being quite this powerful. But yeah, those are potent, very potent. If you have any in your collection, I would say get them out, enjoy them. It's great. Listen, I love a good cranberry scent. In the fall, I love a good cranberry scent during the holidays. Basically the whole last half of the year, I will do cranberry anything. And that's a really good cranberry. I hope they bring it back. I just hope it's not quite so like intense in terms of the strength and throw. Given my previous experiences here over the last year or two with Bath and Body Works, that probably shouldn't be an issue. The strength and throw has really gone down quite a bit for Bath and Body Works. It still, for the most part, is okay. So I'm still purchasing Bath and Body Works, but there's a definite quality difference with Bath and Body Works these days. So I am still of the mindset that they have to be on sale and I have to have a coupon. Otherwise, it's hard to justify. You leaving me? All right, you just readjusting. Oh, he's circling around. Never mind, he's back. He's trying to find a comfy place in my lap here. All right, we have a candle that started and ended its life underneath one of my candle lamps. You can see here that this looks like a whole mess in the bottom. So when you, sorry, he's trying really hard to like get comfortable here. Obviously, when you are melting your candles underneath your lamps, you're melting by layers. So you pour off the wax. So I poured off the last melted layer of wax here to create one of my fire starters. But this was Country Apple Butter by HomeWorx. This was from, again, this was a 2020 candle. I purchased this from QVC in a set of 2. I actually think I purchased at least 2 sets of 2. So I probably had a total of 4 of these. This was one of the last Country Apple Butters that I needed to get through. I actually think I gifted out 2 of these at one point. But yeah, great scent. Would have burned just fine, but I just decided to melt it to get through more of my HomeWorx candles. And that was really how I have been very successful at whittling down my HomeWorx candle collection this past year. Is I have really tried hard to not only burn my HomeWorx candles, but to also melt them at the same time. HomeWorx candles, especially in their 4-wick format, are far too big for any candle crock that is currently available. So that's why I use the candle lamps with these, and they work really well. But you want to look for a 50-watt candle lamp. A 35 really isn't going to get hot enough to where you're going to be able to melt the wax as effectively as you need to for the type of wax that HomeWorx uses. So look for a 50-watt candle warmer. That is what I linked down below. I know a lot of those candle lamps are starting to show up at places like Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. I've seen them there myself, but they seem to be lower wattage. So just look at the wattage and make sure it's 50 and not 35. Also, don't try to put a 50-watt bulb into a candle lamp that is designed for a maximum wattage of 35 watts. It's just a fire hazard. Don't do it. I see some people just being like, I'm just gonna buy a higher wattage, and don't do that. Follow the instructions. You can't complain if you start your house on fire, because I'm telling you, don't do it. Seen a lot of people saying that out there. You should not do that. Okay. Next, Prine Pecan from HomeWorx. Finished this bad boy this morning, and look at this, like maybe not even an ounce of wax in here. Like almost every single drop of wax dissipated out of this jar. It is crazy. Sometimes with HomeWorx candles, you will be left with quite a bit of wax at the bottom where the wick clips kind of go up high and, you know, will just cause the candle to extinguish itself. These wick clips are decently high, but for whatever reason, all of the wax went away. It just happens sometimes. I love this fragrance. It's delicious. I have, I think 2 or 3 more left. So I might actually warm one of these this winter. Pecan is a nice, warm, nutty, cozy scent. I don't necessarily equate pecan with the holidays, even though, you know, pecan pie is a big thing, obviously, around Thanksgiving and Christmas. But it's kind of neutral enough for me to where I think I can get away with maybe warming another one of these in the month of January, either upstairs or in my office or something. If I'm going to be doing a lot of gourmands down here, I might go ahead and just warm it in my office. But great scent, love it. If you ever see this one out in the wild at like Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, I would definitely encourage you to always pick it up and try it, especially if you like those nutty fragrances. It's really good. All right, we started and finished my beloved Marshmallow Fireside. This was another one that I wanted to enjoy specifically over Christmas. So good. I actually don't have any backups right now. I would maybe do another Marshmallow Fireside in the month of January, but I am not planning on actually shopping at Bath & Body Works this month. So I am skipping the semi-annual sale altogether, not interested in it. So I might actually have to wait until the fall to get the Marshmallow Fireside again, which seems so far away right now. Oh my gosh. All right, we have another HomeWorx here. This is Spiced Vanilla Pumpkin. This was the candle that I was warming under my lamp in my office. Yeah, this was my office one. So obviously poured out that last little bit of wax from this. I just finished this one this morning. So yeah. It worked great. A delicious scent. Love the fragrance. I think that I actually have 1 or 2 left of this. I will be sharing with you my updated candle storage. I am gonna try to see if I can get that done for tomorrow's video. We'll see. We'll see. No guarantees, but my hope is to try to get that done either for tomorrow or next Sunday. But I'm really proud of where I've gotten with my candle collection. I cannot wait for you guys to see what I have left. I feel so good about this little use it up project of mine. So yeah, you can do it. Listen, if I can whittle down my crazy candle collection, you can do it too. I know a lot of you commented on my, I finally shared my like candle budgeting video. A lot of you were mentioning that you are trying to just enjoy what you actually have in your candle collections, and I really encourage that. You bought all of this stuff because you love it, right? So actually start burning it and using it and enjoying it. And even if you're missing out on something, I guarantee you the following. Every candle company will continue to put out candles in the future. There will always be another delicious fragrance, right? Just because you're not getting the one that's coming out in the current moment doesn't mean there isn't going to be another option 8 months down the road, maybe after you have had a chance to use some of the stuff in your collection that you already bought either 6 months ago or 2 years ago, or I mean, heck, in some cases, I've been burning candles this year that are probably 10 years old. It's wild. Kept a lot of stuff for a long time. Enjoy the things that you have. There's no need to save them. Just burn them and enjoy them. Every day is a special occasion. Every day that you're alive is a very special day. So use the good stuff. Don't just save it. All right, let's keep going. This is from Evergreen Roots Northwest. This was just a little gift here from my girlfriend Tracy. She gifted me 4 fragrances from this candle company. This is a local Washington company. Anyway, this Cinnaberries fragrance of theirs was so stinking good. I really want to try more from this company this year. This is definitely a company that you'll see some more fragrance reviews from me anyway. So I like the fact that they are somewhat local to me. I mean, I live in Oregon, but Washington is just right across the border here. And they are 100% soy, so love that. I really love the burn of this. Such a clean burn. So there is quite a bit of wax left in the bottom here, I will say, but that's because the wick clip, you can see there's really no wick left in here, but the wick clip did its job. It extinguished the candles. So, and then I have a ceramic empty. This is my Woodside Holiday Traditions from the Slatkin & Co. and Elton John collection. So mine was green when I shared it in my haul, but as you can see, I spray painted mine, obviously. So let me show you what this thing ended up looking like once it burned all the way down. I will say the heat kind of messed up the spray paint at the top here, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. So it looks like there's quite a bit of wax left in the bottom, but the wick clips all extinguished the just the candles. So yeah, there's still wax left in here, and I could scoop it out, but I'm not going to. I consider this a finished candle. So one thing that did happen is I did lose a wick over on this side on the second to last burn. I don't know why that happened. These wicks did tend to lean just a little bit. You really couldn't leave this lit for like hours and hours on end. Mine pulled out very quickly, very evenly. Obviously there was that little bit of wax over here that did not melt because this wick keeled over, but I just scooped that down and mixed it in with the rest of the wax here, and so everything did get melted evenly in the end, if that makes sense. I love this fragrance. Very, very similar to Nest Holiday. I would absolutely repurchase this. I wouldn't repurchase the green because I really didn't like the finish on the green. If this happens to still be available once this next holiday season pops up, or if this goes on a really good sale, maybe QVC decides to do a clearance sale in the summer or something, I would definitely pick up another one of these. I would either get the gold, the silver, or the black. I would not get the green. I would not get the red. They all have the same fragrance, but the color is just, that's the only difference. So the green, like I said, the finish just wasn't great. And I've heard from a lot of other people who got both the green and the red that the finish wasn't good on theirs either, but everyone who bought the other colors really liked the finish on theirs. So for what it's worth, I really love the fragrance. I will repurchase the fragrance. I just don't want to have to store it for a whole year, so I'm not going to buy it now. So I'm just going to have to hope that it's still around next year, but this was definitely a worthwhile investment for me. I really loved it. It was a very beautiful design as well. It kind of, the top looked like a little French beret or something. I just thought it was really cute. Cute design. I wish the green was kind of a nicer finish, but other than that, no complaints. Great strength and throw, fabulous fragrance, and overall good experience. So yeah, this was definitely, this is one of the fragrances that will be in my top 5 for HomeWorx from 2024. I know it came in kind of late in the year, but oh my God, this was an amazing fragrance. So that whole Elton John collab I thought was really fantastic. So Anyway, for what it's worth, those are all the, man, that's a lot of candle empties. That was a lot of candle empties for this week. So went through quite a bit. Now let's discuss some other candles that I was burning that I'm not quite finished with yet. So first we have the Voluspa Silver Birch Peppercorn. I was burning this over Christmas. It's definitely a holiday fragrance, but it's also, I think, this is the one where I think this would actually be a really good January fragrance. So I'm gonna continue to burn this one in our downstairs powder room. And also, I'm gonna keep burning this one until it's finished as well. This is another Voluspa fragrance. This is the Gilt Pomander and Hinoki. I've only got about, where am I at here? Sorry, oh, like right here. I've got about a quarter of it left. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I have about a quarter of the wax left. So I just wanna finish this one as well. I've had it for a couple years now. This is also, I think, a great January fragrance. I never thought this one smelled overly Christmassy to my nose. The notes in this are gilded holly berries, cardamom, and Japanese hinoki. This is really mostly a hinoki fragrance. So it's that very interesting, tangy, oddly sweet. It's a very interesting woody note. It's one of those where I feel like you have to stick your nose in it. It is almost impossible to like verbalize what hinoki smells like. But for what it's worth, this fragrance has definitely grown on me over the years. I like it a lot more now than I did when I first bought it. I bought this blind from Sephora. I ordered it online, and yeah. It's taken me several years to get through it. One thing I do wish that Voluspa would do on like this style of jar candle would be to add a some kind of like rubber gasket to keep this from, you know, like clanging around. That's always made me nervous, but gorgeous packaging, right? I love Voluspa packaging. This is a company that I'm going to be trying a lot more from this year. They have absolutely gorgeous fragrances, and the design of their jars are just freaking top notch. So I am choosing to, in 2025, focus a little bit more on quality over quantity. I've decided, you know, like I don't need 500 candles, but I would like to maybe have like, you know, 20 really, really nice candles. So yeah, anyway. Everybody kind of has their own approach when it comes to home fragrance, but I'm gonna try that this year and we'll see how it goes. Okay, one of my favorite companies, Kringle. So this is Champagne Bliss. I purposely saved the last little bit of it to be able to burn over New Year's, and I've been doing that for the last couple days. I will say, I don't know what's happening here, and luckily it is happening when I have only about a third of the candle, yeah, about a third of the candle left. I'm right to here, right, yep, that's right there. These wicks are petering out on me. This normally does not happen with Kringle. So I'm really kind of surprised by that. It hasn't happened with any of the other candles that I was burning from Kringle this week. Like these two, for example, were just fine. But this one, for whatever reason, the wicks kind of started to peter out on the last burn, and I was like, what the heck? And by the time that I went to go blow it out last night, actually, like it was like, I almost forgot that this was lit. I could still smell it quite well. It's a very potent, like champagne fragrance. Love the scent, but I think I might have to melt the last little bit of it. Like that's how short these wicks are. So again, this is a rare event when it comes to Kringle, but it does happen every once in a while. So unfortunately it happened on one that I am really enjoying. So, but it's fine. I'll melt it. It'll be great. Winter Crystal. Now this one is burning just fine. Nice strong wicks. This is a more perfumey fragrance. This was a part of the recent Winter Reserve release. If you're looking for something perfumey, this one definitely falls into that category. I've already done an in-depth review, but the notes on this one read crystallized vanilla sugar, rose quartz, amber citrine, silver birch, and shimmering musks. Great perfumey fragrance, and definitely something that I'm going to continue to enjoy throughout the month of January here. And then also the Winter Iris is another one that I have been burning. This was actually a holiday release for 2024, but I don't like florals around the holidays. So I went ahead and started burning this on New Year's Eve, and I think I'm really gonna enjoy it during the month of January. It's a very sweet floral. Again, it's already been reviewed, so if you wanna check it out, you can find it on my Crinkle Candle playlist. The last two candles I wanna mention, this one I did not bring in here. It's just the lid for my HomeWorx Luxe candle in the fragrance Cinnamon Vanilla. I think I'm past the halfway point with that one, so you will hopefully see the empty for that towards the end of January here. I purchased that from QVC. It's been a wonderful fragrance. Sorry, buddy, my hip is like falling asleep. Oh my gosh. So is my foot. My foot's asleep. That's a bummer. Oh, I hate that feeling. Anyway, hope to finish that up before the end of the month. Another candle that is gonna get put away again because I am now only at the halfway point, and I finally like busted out. So let's see how much of a dent I made in this season. My gorgeous Noble Fur Garland from Voluspa. This is one of their hearth candles. So you can see I'm officially this year, I made it to the halfway point. This is such a slow burning candle. It also weighs an actual ton. It is so heavy. This is one of those candles that I think will take me another 2 Christmas seasons probably to finish. This was worth every single penny that I paid for it. It is the most beautiful holiday tree scent, very straightforward, but beautifully done. The vessel, to die for. This is gorgeous. The amount of compliments, comments, wows that I got from people over the holiday season when they came to our house and saw this thing was like astronomical. Everyone walked over and was like, is that a candle? That is the biggest candle I've ever seen. This is actually not the biggest candle that I've ever seen. It's quite large. It is large, but there are candles that are larger actually. But everyone was just so impressed with the fragrance, the look of the candle, how just stunning it is. So listen, the Voluspa candles, not cheap, but in terms of the quality, you can't go wrong. They're fabulous. So love, love. Okay. And then lastly, so I turned off my warmers and cleaned out all of the Scentsy wax. So that warmer is off. The warmer that's in the entryway is off because again, I'm getting ready to take down all of the Christmas decor, which means I need to put away my Christmas warmers. So cleaned all the wax out, didn't replace anything. So I only changed my wax once this week, just knowing that I was gonna have to, you know, put all this stuff away. So I basically just changed my wax out at the beginning of the week and did the following. It's a little random, but I had a mix of Happy Birthday and Breakfast blend going in most of the downstairs warmers here. And then I found this, it only had 1 cube used at the time of this Honeycrisp Harvest, which was left over from the fall. So I actually was warming this upstairs. So it was smelling like apple goodness upstairs this week. I still have 1 little cube left. So I'll have to put that in somewhere. But yeah, I love this Honeycrisp Harvest. So good. This breakfast blend, I can't remember. I don't think this was a part of the catalog for the fall and winter. This could have been held back from a Bring Back My Bar or something. I don't sell Scentsy. I buy it from my best friend Lisa. So I don't remember when I got this, but I know I was specifically saving it for Christmas. And then of course I forgot to use it at Christmas. So anyway, that's all that I have in terms of wax melts. So that's it for this first week of the new year. I'm going to continue to try to finish up any remaining holiday candles this next week and then start moving into more perfumey scents, more vanillas, and then maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of craving a little bit of citrus as well. So maybe we'll do some fresh citrus or something, but let me know what you were burning this past week in the comments down below. Alf and I appreciate you being here. Again, subscribe if you're new, and we will Will we see him in the next one, buddy? Will you be here? Will you make it to work on time? He did make it to work on time today, so let's all give Alf a round of applause. He's so cute. Absolutely perfect. Mama's beefy boy. So beefy. Yeah, anyway, we appreciate you being here, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.